Hello everyone who is interested in growing figs. The end of winter now, and I, as usual, place several cuttings for rooting in my heated rack, which I talked about in one of my videos. 3 weeks have passed, and some cuttings begin to develop roots, and the first buds sprout, forming small shoots. One of the rooting cuttings somehow attracted my attention. There was something unusual about him. I looked at it more closely. It was a strong cutting of a Brazilian fig set to root on February 2nd, 2024, that is 3 weeks ago. What was unusual? The small green shoot that grew not up but down. I realized that when I was walking in the poor light, I accidentally planted the cutting upside down. Therefore, the shoot grows in the wrong direction. At first I wanted to throw away this cutting, but I saw that the top of the cutting, immersed in the substrate, began to produce roots. It was amazing. Interestingly, the base of the cutting, which was now at the top and covered with body-type parafilm, didn't even form callus. All this is surprising because plants have polarity and many plant tissues have one-way conductivity. I decided to continue rooting this incorrect cutting and returned it to its place. Another week has passed. That is, a month has already passed since the rooting began. Let's look at our incorrect cutting. Wow, looks like he didn't waste any time. Yes, this is the same cutting on the Brazilian fig planted for rooting on February 2nd. But look what happened to the green shoot. It grew in length and curved. It seems he realized his mistake and decided that it was necessary to grow not down to the tip of the cutting immersed in the substrate, but up to the light. And it doesn't matter whether the cutting is planted correctly or incorrectly. The second bud also began to sprout, and it is clear that it is still growing downwards towards the submerged top of the cutting. What about the roots? I see that the top of the cutting, immersed in the substrate, has given good roots. Some of the roots grow downwards, some to the sides. A significant part of the roots grows upwards. Well, this also happens with ordinary fig cuttings when the roots are looking for moisture or are in the tight space. Therefore, I want to make a comparison with the same cutting but planted correctly. I take a similar strong cutting of a Brazilian fig. It was also planted for rooting at the same time, February 2nd. Good green shoots and roots have also formed here. Let's compare both cuttings. At first glance, everything is very similar. There are good shoots here and there, but on a cutting planted correctly, the shoots immediately grow upward at an angle of 45 degrees. They do not bend because they immediately choose the direction to the top of the shoot, which is at the top as it should be. The root system is as well developed as the first cutting. There are also roots growing upward here. But upon closer examination, it still seems to me that the most of the roots here grow downward. I want to take a close look at the roots of the cuttings. Let's start with the cutting planted upside down. I carefully cut the plastic bag and take out the cutting with roots. So, now you can clearly see what wonderful roots have grown on the top of the cutting, immersed in the substrate. Yes, they grow in different directions, but still a significant part of the roots are directed towards the base of the cutting, which, due to my mistake, is located at the top. Okay, we will not stop halfway. I will plant this cutting in the pot filled with my 5 components potting mix. Made. Now, for comparison, I want to take a close look at the roots of the second cutting, planted in the usual way. I carefully cut the plastic bag and take out the cutting with roots. I remove excess substrate. Now you can see that this cutting has a well-developed root system like the first cutting. The roots also grow in different directions. But still, the largest number of roots grow downwards as they should. Now I can transplant this cutting into a pot. Made. Now I will place both pots next to each other. On the left will grow a cutting planted upside down. On the right, a cutting planted correctly. And then we can see if Mother Nature can correct the mistake I'd made. That's all. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and together we will watch the growth and ripening of wonderful Israeli figs.